This e-learning video is on test equipment in the vehicle workshop. It relates to the unit G4 or MS4 if you're doing motorsport. Please ensure that you take notes. There's lots of information in this video and attempt the quiz at the end. After studying this video and taking the right notes, you will be able to answer questions on a range of test equipment and safe usage. Pressure tester. The cooling system pressure tester is both a diagnostic tool and a measuring instrument. Its use as a tool is to aid in detection of coolant leaks by producing the operating pressure in the cooling system that replicates normal running. Any leaks will reduce the operating pressure and these can be identified. Cylinder leakage tests. These can form part of an engine diagnostic system or can be freestanding self-contained units. Both require a compressed air supply and are operated in a similar way. The spark plugs are removed to gain access to the cylinder and the engine turned to top dead centre on the cylinder to be tested. Cylinder compression testers. Compression testers for petrol and diesel engines are different and this should be noted. Most petrol types are handheld into the spark plug hole. Some others are threaded and screw into the spark plug hole. Diesel engine compression testers are always screwed into the injector pump or glow plug hole due to the high cylinder pressures. The cylinder compression can be established by cranking or firing the engine, depending on the type of tool and the engine manufacturer's instructions. For all compression testing, follow the instructions for the type of tool being used. Stethoscope or sonoscope. This is a sensitive sound detector and amplifier that can be used to listen to and locate mechanical noises. It is operated by touching the probe to the casing of mechanical units to pick up structure-borne noise. It can locate noise that travel through solid blocks, housings and casings. Stroboscopic-timing lights. Stroboscopic lights are triggered by the secondary circuit pulses to the number 1 cylinder spark plug and flash a strobe light onto the timing marks to show the position of the ignition spark. The stroboscopic light is used for dynamic ignition timing checks and adjustments. Exhaust gas analysers. For exhaust gas analysing, a special meter is needed. There is a range of individual gas meters as well as those that are part of an engine analyzer. Some of these analyzers have an additional readout to check the operation of catalytic converters. These are the machines which are used in measuring the exhaust gas when an MOT is being carried out. Engine analyzers or diagnostic machines. Some form of engine analyzer has become an almost essential tool for fault finding modern vehicle engine systems. This is due to the amount of electrical components in modern engines. Whilst engine analyzers are designed to work specifically with a motor vehicle, it is worth remembering that the machine consists of 3 parts: a multimeter, a gas analyzer and an oscilloscope. Float hydrometer. This draws off a sample of coolant. The float level is marked to indicate the percentage of ethyl glycol in the coolant. Some of the hydrometers have a built-in thermometer for the coolant temperature and include a correction chart for the actual float reading against the coolant temperature. The hydrometer measures the coolant-specific gravity, which means it measures how much antifreeze is mixed in with water. Drive belt tension. The water pump and fan drive belt tension can be measured and adjusted with the use of a belt tension gauge. Many manufacturers recommend the use of these gauges for accurate adjustment of belt tension. A vacuum gauge and pump. A vacuum gauge and pump is used to test any part of a system that requires proper sealing, pressure or vacuum to operate. The pump can be used to apply a vacuum or a pressure. The gauge reads accordingly. A beam setter. A beam setter is used to ensure that the aim of headlights is correct. This is also a legal requirement. You will see an MOT tester checking the beam setting pattern is correct during an MOT test. Tracking gauges. The toe in and toe out of a vehicle's front wheels is very important. It makes the stability and control of the car easier or harder depending whether the toe in or toe out is correct. Many types of tracking gauges are available. One of the most common uses a frame placed against each wheel with a mirror on one side and a movable viewer on the other. The viewer is moved until the lines are marked up and the tracking can be measured. Turntables. Turntables allow the wheels to swivel when carrying out tests or alignment checks. Some types are simple greased plates. However, for detailed work, turntables with markings in degrees are used. Checks such as toe out on turn are carried out on turntables. Brake fluid tester. Because brake fluid can absorb a small amount of water, it must be renewed or tested regularly. It becomes dangerous if the water turns into steam inside the cylinders or pipes, causing the brakes to become ineffective. The tester measures the moisture content of the fluid. So this brings you to the end of the e-learning video. There is a link to the PowerPoint which has got all the knowledge in case you didn't manage to get all the notes from the video. And please attempt the quiz underneath in the Google Doc.